Orbeast, Parasite, Ophelia, and Gladiator once again are the bands. I believe those are the same bands as the first game. We have Midas and Magmus, Behemoth into Puppet Master. So, you know, we did have a little bit of discussion yesterday on what you got on, and of course, Behemoth, he actually got some changes, some nerfs here in the more recent patch. Well, actually, that came out on Tuesday here, so still not surprised to see him by any means. I mean, even with these nerfs, still a fantastic hero, I think. But it took away a little bit from his solo kill potential with the Shockwave or the setup initially. That's the big thing, I think. What do you think of the changes?
Okay. I thought that they were just throwing Behemoth down into like a trash can, never to be seen again. Honestly, that was my initial thought with Behemoth, but yeah, I was wrong. I was completely wrong. The superior magic damage, of course, it was really high and stuff, but now I feel like they also increase the damage per creep.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you have a potential to get way higher damage.
Yep. Technically, yeah, on paper. Yeah.
Technically, on paper, of course, it's gonna have to be like a lot of creeps, but the hero just does so much damage anyways. I think a proper way to maybe change Behemoth is to just make sure that his heavyweight doesn't deal as much damage, because that's another 115 damage added to all three of his spells. Mm-hmm. And yeah, maybe, but I don't balance this game. I don't. That's not my job.
It's fine to suggest, though.
Yeah.
Always give suggestions there, but as long as you don't hurt his potential to go the Assassin Shroud, Rift Shroud build, shot people, then I'm good.
Or, in Blitz mode, just make sure that you're, a hero with a spam ball ability, like Rhapsody Staccato, then heavyweight gets popped every time.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. the Rift Wars there, yeah, get that.
Yeah.
Good combo.
Fun stuff.
All right, so we got him, the Puppet, and then Rhapsody into Vindicator coming out for sync. So they're going to run the Vindicator here. I think that's going to be a support Vindicator. I think they've done that before.
Makes sense for Pingu to ban Tempest then.
Yeah, okay.
To make sure, that they don't get that silence and ulti off at the same time, making Vindy safe from everything.
That's true.
I mean, Tempest safe from everything.
Yeah, that's actually, I've always thought of Vindicator as that counter to Tempest, but actually on his team, you're right, that's a decent synergy too. Prevents the stoppers that could be from happening, so.
And then Pingu also banning Pharaoh. I'm not sure I like that ban as much, because when Pharaoh is played, he's usually played in the suicide lane, and although he does give a lot of vision with the rocket, and he's undoubtedly a good hero, with a support like Rhapsody, you really do not need to be afraid of a Pharaoh. Mm-hmm. Like, Pharaoh just gets completely boxed by Rhapsody really, really easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
You like it, but it's just so difficult to go for items now because Dawnbringer is so bad.
You don't need Dawnbringer.
Dawnbringer. Well, you could go the Insanitarius build and then just buff up, tank up, deal a crap load of damage.
I love this hero though. I just love watching players, high-level players play this hero. Take advantage of his ultimate with buying items, getting the stats up, using it, and then really bulking himself up. And always curious to see how they go in the late game.
Candy, who played Shadowblade as well, and then did that constantly.
Candy. I'm trying to think.
The guy from
Squirry did, I believe.
Scurry, that's Candy. Sorry.
Okay.
That's same person.
Got you.
Yeah. Scary, Candy, Leopold.
Okay, all the same family. Guy. Okay. Yeah, no, him. He was fun to watch do that for sure. Whoa, what is happening in this game? We got two really out there carries.
Puppet support? What?
Yeah, I guess. Probably mid puppet.
I mean, I like Predator a lot versus Shadowblade. It's ridiculous. If he has 4K life, he just does 7% of that in damage every hit.
Oh, okay, for the carnivorous, gotcha.
Yeah. and then Predator just starts attacking Shadowblade, and he feels invulnerable because he's just healing that much life.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna go for the deadlift as the final pick. Hmm. Hmm. It's difficult to say at this point what they're trying to do with their draft, if you know what I'm saying, on
Yeah.
Legion. Because they have deadlift, aggression, push towers early. Rhapsody can support with that. Behemoth, of course, but the stun is nice. Midas is going to be mid on Tussie, so that, follows that plan. And then Shadowblade
Yeah,
really screams to me late game.
yeah, he does seem a little out of place. I'm with you. Like it does seem like a Slither or a Corrupted, like really would have been solid.
Oh,
here
man, I would have loved
together.
CD in
Yeah.
this lineup. I would have absolutely loved it.
Yeah, they got the Shadowblade instead, which is definitely more of the. We want to also take a late game kind of idea. So yeah, we'll see what WOP Dash really tries to perform here, but NG the final pick. Okay, so what are they doing now? That's really just throwing everything off here. So they're running
It's
a
a
secondary
tri-lane.
support. Okay.
I mean, it has to be a tri-lane, right?
Jungle Predator? No, not going to be that.
No.
Okay, so Zlap's going to be on NG. Serenia is playing the Vindicator, so it is going to be that main support Vindy. And then Zibe on Puppet, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they got the
I mean,
Predator.
it looks like a tri-lane, if anything, with the Puppet Master.
Yeah, Mag NG, obviously great combo for that. Going aggressive, so.
Vindy's going to be supporting, so I'm assuming he's going to be in the tri-lane as well.
Oh, good point. Yeah, no, that does actually. So what would it be, I guess, then? NG Vindy? Okay.
I mean,
Huh.
they could just put dual mid. Mag. No, that wouldn't work, because. Okay, it could just be a Suicide Magnus.
Changing completely.
Volca. Change it completely. Suicide Magnus, Puppet mid with Zalapid. I mean, could be a jungle NG.
Yeah, okay, we did overlook that. That's actually possible.
I think that's it. I mean, we could whisper Zalap and ask him, but
No, that honestly would make the most sense. Because, yeah, the whole tri-lane, it did seem a little funky, and these dual lane setups, I think the jungle NG actually makes the most sense.
yeah, and I mean,
Oh,
Zlap
this.
did it before, where he just started off at the left hard camp and then just put all his mines down. When I was casting with Matthew, he did that, and then he actually just decided, screw it, I'm gonna go gank mid, and then he got a couple kills mid, got a couple kills top.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive to watch. You saw what you got to. In fact, I guess the game earlier where my internet went out, you were mentioning what you got did that.
Yeah.
The NG jungle, so.
But he ended up farming 300 GPM on NG jungle.
Yeah, no, the first game that we saw him do it was pretty impressive. He got up there.
Yeah, now I want to try it in TMM.
I know,
And
right?
everyone shout at me.
Yep. Everyone's going to try to TMM now, and jungle NG, no one's going to do it correctly. And oh, boy.
There's also this other guy who plays Suicide NG. Almost like, what's it called?
Every game.
Religiously.
Yeah. Buys
Yeah.
a TP, ports down there, starts placing mines.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, he goes a Scarab and a Mark of the Novice. So he's going
Yeah,
really Blood
he's jungle.
Chalice.
He's jungle. Yes! And he's going mines. Has my influence finally had an effect on people, Drakey? I wonder.
Apparently, yeah. It's all you.
I kept saying it every game
Yeah.
that I see an engineer. He should just go mines.
It's taken a while, but I think people, it's kind of because NGL even died out for a while there. He actually wasn't a popular hero in the later part of Haunter Season 4, and we didn't see him a lot. But the very late part, and now this Deadeye Bounty League, he's kind of made a resurgence for whatever reason. And
I mean,
seen
Team
the
Who
lines
was
again.
gone, you know?
True.
Using and abusing the Flex NG, pulling people into 6 mines.
Yeah. It's fun to see those mine traps here. Yeah, you see him putting the mines down at the yellow camps. Yeah, they stack the camp, then explode them all.
Hmm
A big mine trap there, so fun to watch. See how he executes it here.
Very innovative. On that note, we haven't really seen anything new from Fusen recently. I wonder if he's got something in the bag for the qualifiers.
Yeah, Got some BMG strats up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's obviously a big event coming up. Those playoffs are going to be a big deal. Again, that's still a little bit away. We got, of course, this weekend here. So after this week, well, after today, obviously the groups are done. We got the brackets then are over the next couple of weekends. And then we have a weekend break, I think, and then it'll be the playoffs. So, yeah, I think it's like at the beginning of May, essentially, is when those playoffs officially begin, which...
That's soon.
That is coming up. Yeah, it's a little less than a month away now. It is coming up.
3 weeks away. But
finally
Vindicator, by the way,
he's
in
middle.
dual mid with Puppet.
Huh, so they choose to run a middle instead of top babysit with Predator. Guess they figured Pred's going to have a good time against Behemoth? Yeah, why do you like it?
I like it so much because Vindicator can harass without getting creep aggro.
Okay, because of the W, yeah.
Yeah, he also, the only reason he can do that is of course that he skilled it up, but I mean, he's allowed to just auto-attack the Midas, and since it has a 0-second cooldown, I don't think Midas can, deal with the harass for
he
very
can't
long.
trade blows. Yeah, that's so odd to see for, like, most supports Midas could trade blows with, but...
I mean, they did change his starting strength a bit on Midas, didn't they?
I think he did get a slight stat nerf in a more recent patch.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Tessie is having a difficult time here.
Yeah, he really is.
So, yeah, I like this way of running it as well because, Cookies was expecting Vindicator to be top lane, and then he goes for the boots, which it makes sense, if you're versus 2, but when you're versus a solo Predator, he's going to completely outfarm you.
Yeah, Predator.
And also having a Vindicator on the team makes it that if, Cookies gets a semi-early portal key, it won't even matter because Vindicator will immediately stop it.
Yeah.
After the initial initiation, of course.
Yeah, he'll be annoying. Vindy up there on the tier list of one of the more annoying heroes to go against. Now, Behemoth has actually got a pretty good block here.
Yeah, that was a really good... Okay, Axon going to be using his leap to get away. But yeah, Cookies played that really well.
He did, yeah.
The harass coming in right now? I would like to see Cookies just pick up a chalice and start spamming.
Yeah, Haxerin definitely caught off guard. The fact that he had to use his Venomous Leap, a very defensive leap right there, is something, but that's still alive. But yeah, we'll see if Behemoth maybe tries to try to get a lot of regen to work with here early on. Take advantage of that. Because, yeah, without the support being here, I mean, definitely hold his ground fairly well, it seems like. So that is the downside of not running the Vindicator up there, of course. So it is going to be on Cookies. He's definitely a little bit of pressure on him to perform decent at least, with how Sync has set this up. Now, Zibbe, or no, that's Volca, excuse me. Used to be Zibbe, but Volca is coming to middle lane. Set up a kill.
Qzane is going to be scouting it out.
Yep.
And Magnus is not going to be in trouble. Actually, Midas is dead.
Yeah, Midas is very likely dead. Midas got in panic mode right there. He did not see Magnus where he was, and he gets bloodlusted. As the top lane, Deadlift also in trouble. Behemoth at the top lane being chased. Can he chase him down? What's the move speed difference? It's slightly better for Cookies. He has to dodge a lot, though, and he is eventually going to be caught by Predator. Over here, Deadlift is also killed. Wow, Sync just gets 3 big kills there. Out of nowhere, it feels like. So all of a sudden, a 3-0 lead now for Sync Esports.
NG Woods making a huge splash onto the scene.
Yeah. Apparently. Yeah, no, he's got that assist now. He's going to do a nice little... I assume he's going to triple stack this camp over here even. Level 2 mines? Yeah, okay.
I mean, that just having 5 mines, I think... No, 6 mines will not kill it yet, but it'll do a lot of damage. The whole point of this is, like, it's suddenly just a burst of more GPM for Engineer and more levels every time. So it gets faster and faster as you keep farming. And Magnus is going to be getting kill on Deadlift, or Puppet is.
That's good. He had purposely left it for Puppet. Yeah, well played there. To get him involved. And at Haste Rune, there's that rune control Sync so notorious for. Make sure they're on top of it. So, the WOP dash, not looking good all of a sudden. You got Imapingu here. He is looking good. 375 GPM about. I guess we're going to learn a lot about Shadowblade this game and his potential to be pretty useful in the earlier game at least, because they're going to need it.
Yeah, or we see nothing at all because of the early aggression coming up from the Hellborn side.
Yeah.
And the Predator pick is just making more and more sense because strong solo hero as well can be very, very strong versus Shadowblade late game. And to be honest, people always assume that with sort of a double support lineup, that you kind of have to be aggressive, that you have to make use of it, that you're not making use of the woods, for example. But if you have a semi-support like Engineer farming in the woods, he's making full use of those resources.
Yeah.
So he's also going to be a threat in the late game. With that ultimate, just having a portal key storm, items like that on Engineer can really affect the game.
Oh yeah, no, his skill set, he definitely has potential to actually be a pretty solid ganker. We just know him as that main support for so long, but yeah, if he gets the farm and the items, he can really play an aggressive ganker, especially with now these mines and, of course, how they work and everything. So it's potential's definitely there for Zlap to have a pretty solid game. He's about 240 GPM right now, so doing solid here. He's got the bottle, the blood chalice. Like you said earlier, it's like maybe a jungler that takes a little bit of time. It kind of goes in bursts here as far as farm goes, but expecting him to do overall pretty decent in the long run. So Shadowblade again, still doing well, but Puppet Master really doing well. Zibbe 460 gold per minute. I guess being 2-0
Those
in
2
one helps.
kills, yeah. Getting the first split as well. Was it Zibbe getting it? I think it was. Yeah, Zibbe did end up getting the first blood.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. So, and then Vindicator, it's level 5 here, almost level 6. No, he just hit level 5 actually. But
Oh, they're going to go for this kill in mid.
oh, that Fissure block may cause enough of an issue. It will. Death Grip now coming up. Vindicator
but
actually, oh, just out of range.
Yeah, that's what happened to Deadlift. The Q nerf.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and it has been such a huge impact on that hero. Like, you feel you can't catch up to anyone with Ghost Marchers now.
Yeah.
Where it used to go, it used to be so fast.
Mm-hmm. Yep, not able to catch up to him, so Vindicator lives. Deadlift back in the jungle. How has Deadlift been doing? Not too well, unfortunately. 2-0 now. Tried a couple times here, of course. He's trying to set up a couple times now, so it's not like he's just being inactive, but just not connecting, unfortunately. So, once again, WOP Dash really all in on this Shadowblade here, who's pushing in the bottom tower now. He has his Gargantuan Blast now maxed out, so, of course, is going that first. He actually doesn't even have his ultimate yet, but I guess that's not too surprising.
He is going to be going the Sanitarius route, it looks like.
Whispering Helm here, yeah.
No, in Sanitarius.
Or Helm of the Victim is what I'm going to say, yeah.
Yeah, that. I think that's really the only build left on Shadowblade. Because Thunderclaw was also changed that you kind of do not want to pick it up anymore.
Huh.
Of course, of course you could go Staff the Master on Shadowblade.
Yeah, there's
Get
that potential, yeah. Makes his ultimate a little more useful. Quick changing, but...
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
That's really always the curious thing about this hero. It's like, you truly can go any build. Like, he can literally do any build in the game and perform decent enough at it to be useful, but it's just really up to preference or maybe the game circumstances or, I know but this is like the usual, though, of getting the strength, especially early on, taking advantage of that, and then maybe transitioning into more of that agility carry, perhaps even that range carry in the intellect.
Magnus in the bottom lane, in some trouble.
Yep. It is enough.
So some much needed kill.
Yeah, their first kill. Going out right there, so that's good. And the secondary tower is being pushed, actually. I don't know if Sync's going to defend this.
They don't feel like they need to, I think. I mean, NG is still just farming the woods, level 7 now. Stacking the hard camp again. He's going to be taking that out in short time. But yeah, you can't really let Shadowblade get too fat, though, because he's going to be hitting really hard.
Yeah, there's the Sanitaria, so yeah, potentially he has a lot of damage coming out, exactly. And even if you're not going that intelligence build, the soul side actually does provide a good amount of damage output. And of course, given that range aspect as they're running away, perhaps. So,
I mean, all you really need to go is maybe even just get a Hellflower. because they have that intelligence, and then you'll do the damage. Oh, look at these stacks, though. This is so huge for Shadowblade right now. It's going to be difficult for him to farm it, but...
Wow, I was looking at NG for a second, and then, yeah, Shadowblade. A lot of creeps around. Okay, well, I guess the Gargantuan's Blast helping, and Rhapsody, of course, doing her part to assist here. It's gonna use another Gargantuan's Blast here. And probably need that Sanitarius switch here. Or
Yeah.
W. Okay.
The thing is, he hasn't skilled his ultimate yet, because there really is no need till you actually have level 2 ultimate. Okay. So he's still in agility form. That's why he kind of didn't do as much damage as I was thinking he'd do.
True.
In all honesty, he should just save up 5k gold and then buy 2 of the... Is it 2,500? No. Save up 6k gold, get 2 Axe of the Malphite, and have 50 strength.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then sell them both.
That
easily.
seems like a very, very good idea.
Yeah, save up gold. The best way to win games. Especially if you want to push base. You should definitely save all that gold.
Yeah, totally. 6,400 gold. Just save it up. Buy 2
Save it up,
it.
push base, actually not have a gold lead even though you're 5k ahead.
Oh. Try to go for Predator here at the top lane, but he is a little too quick to react with that Stonehide. The Fissure not lasting long enough with the stun. Yeah, it's only level 2 actually, so 1.25 seconds there, so. Predator good. Yeah, by the way, he went the Alk Bones. Haven't really talked too much about Haxer in here. Focus on the Shadow Blade, but yeah, the Alk Bones and Predator, great synergy there.
They seem to just be comfortable, you know, getting it into the late game. The Alchemist Bones helping with that, of course. He's also just, yeah. He's going to be doing a really good job leveling right now. And Zibe is on the hunt. Having that Shroud right now, he's looking for a Midas.
Yeah, Zibe is 450 gold per minute, man. He's well there in the middle lane, and he is hunting, but unless he cuts over here. Now, there's a Rev Word, though, so it's not going to get there in time anyways. Won't be able to...
Yeah, and they are going to see him. Yeah, they are. I mean, Puppet is, in my opinion, their most, vulnerable hero right now. He does have the Shroud and Steam Boots, but the others are very difficult to kill. The ones that are laning, at least.
Yeah.
Vindicator and NG, you don't really see them, but Zlapt is getting close to the Storm Spirit. He just needs 1k gold, and then he's going to have it. And then, he can set up his own keg stun. So I like the item this game. Also versus a Behemoth, of course. Very nice.
Yeah, so 290 gold per minute. Again, not too shabby there. As far as what he's been able to accomplish in that jungle. With the pods coming out. Top lane, Puppet is heading up here. He's got a Shroud another 4 seconds, so Behemoth gonna need to be careful about that. You see Predator almost like he's ready to go on a Behemoth. Maybe kind of keep him here at the top lane, but see if they're able to execute this kill. So yeah, the Alchemist Bones choice on Predator. Again, it is great synergy with the hero. The idea of attack speed it's so good on him because of the Carnivorous especially. Just that, so yeah, it makes sense that's kind of his farming tool. And gonna just go more damage focus from here. I mean, speaking of Insanitarius, I could see that on him. I know Elder Parasite actually considered to be decent in some cases, but
yeah, Frostwolf Skull, of course, also a great option to slow down the Shadowblade. And yeah, he could even go Basher. I think Basher would be really good on him as well.
Okay, Brutalizer here, yeah.
Yeah, it does give a lot more damage now to strength heroes. I mean, it's 35 damage in itself, but then that 10 strength added.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a little bit of troll here, maybe, but at the same time, the more I'm thinking about it, there's something to it. The Bloodborne Maul, potentially.
Please no.
Later game. Behemoth, by the way.
Not this again. You mean Puppet Master?
Shadowblade is coming back in. Yeah, no, Puppet Master is going to fall, so... That response there actually was very well played by WOP Dash. So yeah, Puppet was the one in trouble all of a sudden.
Yeah, they were not sure about taking that fight. It's like Haxton had completely different ideas, thinking, "Yo, we're not going to take any risks right now because that's how they're going to get back into this game."
Well,
and yeah.
You got Imba Pingu being involved, of course, again getting credit for the kill. So again, Shadowblade is a carry that is potentially going to be able to take over this game pretty well. Again, we don't see him often, so maybe it's hard to, comprehend that to an extent, I guess. But
Wait,
no,
what was the troll thing you were saying?
Well, so yeah, Bloodborne Maul on on Predator. Honestly, with the skill set, it seems like potentially it could be decent. I mean, the Carnivorous, having that, a Terror, like, helping assist some good damage. I know, we saw it on Malakin. It just seemed like it was actually bad. It was worse for him than actually beneficial, so just trying to make the item work, okay?
Yeah. It's just, why would you want to, hurt yourself? Is the main question.
I mean, yeah, I know.
I mean, it does, yeah.
Technically, in Sanitarius, hurt yourself.
Only in Sanitarius gives you a huge buff. And of course, Bloodborne Maul also, give damage as well.
Yeah, it does. Oh, nice catch on the Rhapsody, by the way. Magnus, though, here to counter with Puppet, as well as Predator, in fact. They get the turn kill onto Midas. Rhapsody going to follow. You see right there, that Stone Eye activated by Predator. Get out of that death grip. But don't think, unless, no Portal Kill Magnus, so yeah, they're going to be fine as they keep running. But the turn kill's coming out, and that's a 2-for-1 in favor of Sync. And Predator will gladly go over to the Ancients here. Farm them down. Now, with this is the problem with this build, is obviously it's very single-target centric, so.
On
Predator, that is.
I mean, Shadowblade's exact same story.
Oh, true. Yeah, good point.
Yeah. I mean, all three carries in this game are single-target oriented. I guess the splash.
Yeah,
the whiplash.
Yeah. Well, again, that's where the Staff of the Master actually could be a pretty decent pickup, and
on Shadowblade.
On Shadowblade, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying Puppet Master as well. Oh, okay. Shadowblade. I think Shadowblade is too tanky for this.
He is, definitely, for a solo kill.
But Magnus is nearby. He has Portal Key.
Can he get Gargantuan? They're not going to have enough.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they don't. Yeah, the clutch right there.
And here comes the deadlift.
No! He's going to live!
Oh
what a switch there from Mbingu. The clutch plays around. Well played. Gets the kill. You do see deadlift, however. Okay, he's also going to live, it looks like. Oh, okay, yeah, Shadowblade's going to be fine. Wow,
okay.
That was pretty clutch.
It might be time to buy 3 Mighty Blades.
Oh, there's Jackson Malphite. Do the ulti.
Did he do the math?
He did, yeah. So.
Come on, 3 axes. No. 3 Mighty Blades. Hello?
Wait, is he ulting himself? Oh, okay, there we go. You're
right.
Yeah,
but 25 strength versus.
Got you.
30.
Yeah, I was wondering what you're saying. Okay, that makes sense, though. Yeah, doing the math. You're pointing out.
Yeah. But deadlift is still down here, by the way.
Yeah, he is. And actually going to throw a death grip. Ports are coming in. Puppet Master. He's caught. Figures he might as well try to finish the tower. Behemoth, nice keg stun, though. Energy field on top. He's going to throw this other protective. Melody will save him initially, but the Store Spirit stops it long enough. Down he goes as well. And now Deadlift's like, well, I tried. He gets out of there. The tower did fall in their favor, so Sync across the board. Very good outcome for them with what happened. So the attempt was there for WOP Dash, but especially without Shadow Blade, it's the damage output clearly is so minimal on their side.
Yeah.
So,
but Breaky, could he be going Bloodborne Maul?
He did actually buy the Axe and the Malphite. You're right. Interesting. No, he wouldn't. He's probably going to go Behemoth's Heart.
Yeah, I think so, but
maybe he might. He just might, and it's going to make you look so smart.
Damage. But yeah, whoever buys an Axe of the Malphite just outright like that, just boom, Axe of the Malphite. Unless you're going, usually you wait till you have, I don't know.
In a sense, it could almost be seen. Okay, this is my stretching logic here, as Deadlift goes down. By the way, and there could be more actually.
Oh, Mind Trap from his left. They are gonna walk past it.
Where?
Oh, Rhapsody!
So in the background, the Vindicator stops though with his ultimate, and Behemoth, he couldn't do a damn thing. He goes down that totem, causing a little bit of issue. Shadowblade in the midst of it, he will fall. He kind of just kept running in right there. He's really desperate to get a kill, but he goes down. Did you see that Mind Trap? Man, Rhapsody was living life on the edge right there. And she actually manages to not get hit by it and escape, so that was close.
Oh, Tessie almost going for the big play on the engineer,
Yeah.
but does that mean that they have vision there? They don't actually have vision there, so... I see in the near future Serenia checking there for a ward. Or no, he has a rev ward, he's not even checking. Never mind.
Blind attempt right there. Yeah, so the mine trap didn't even, it's still there in fact, but again, that fight as far as it go in sync dominated that fight really. It was hard to really see his Shadow Blade, I guess. He really just melted, it felt like.
Yeah, the Magnus ultimate hit him full in the face, pretty much.
God.
And then he, yeah.
Well, and I was just looking at it, going to go like how tanky he is. He's sitting at 2,600 life, and that's pre-Insanitarius, 2,400. Okay, so when he pops the Insanitarius, you know, he's close to 3K, and the fact that he can get killed here, that on top of the Gargantuan's blast, he's going to be over 3K. So
I think this is a sign he needs to pick up a Mystic Vestments, though.
True. That's
not having that picked up is kind of. Of course, you want to go for the big items. You know, you want to get all the farm you can, but Mystic Vestments versus the Hellborn team, it's not only versus the Magnus and the Engineer, it's also versus the Puppet ulti.
Yeah.
And really, that's how they're going to bring Shadowblade down every single team fight.
Man, it's I mean, they were able to last time clearly, so they definitely have the damage output. Middle lane, Veiled Rot, can't catch him in time. They do catch Engineer up here, but that Storm Spirit's been pretty clutch here for his left. He is going to get caught, though, by Behemoth, but the final chapter coming out. And now Shadowblade also in trouble. Behemoth goes down, protecting Melody. Good clutch positioning right there from Rhapsody. Shadowblade goes back in. Behemoth does fall, but Shadowblade just doesn't have the damage. He's being locked down himself, and Predator, he's just sitting on top. Look at it. He can't kill him. Finally does. God, he is so tanky, but he just couldn't really do anything sitting in the midst of that fight. The team support, unfortunately, not enough. And, you know, I really think Vindicator is, as usual, just causing so many more issues than we can even see as a spectator. Because it feels like that it's just so slow in these fights for WOP Dash to combo stuns and everything. But that's because of the totem and the ultimate.
Yeah, I really like what they did with Vindicator, making him less of a niche pick and more of a everyday pick. Because that, like, silences are amazing. He doesn't need to be nearby for his E to take effect. And, you know, his Q it's an anti-carry ability. Stop them attacking for 1.6 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, man. When is somebody going to walk into those mines? Oh, wait. There's a Word of Revelation right next to the mines.
Really? Okay.
Drogon kind of found them.
It's a matter of killing them, though. How do they go about that? Gotta get that range in there. Brutalizer, by the way, finished on Predator. He obviously has a Elder Parasite, too. So he's kind of got this really medium build, I guess you can call it. A lot of these like medium purchase
small items. Yeah.
Mid-tier.
Although, I think Insanitarius is a pretty nice pickup in any case. Like, even in late game, it just does so much damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 56 damage.
That's a lot, yeah.
From activating it. Oh, Rhapsody.
She did.
She blew up.
She go boom. Now the Gravestone's still there. So Deadlift could resurrect if he wants. There's a Behemoth jump. Final chapter is used, but he got the shockwave off. However, now he's just too far up that, again, the energy field, these defensive supports are just causing so much stall here in these fights. So really, I mean, WOP Dash kind of need to reset here, which they are, and then try to pick a fight when those down, of course. But they're not the longest cooldowns. I mean, energy fields are already back to 75 seconds now, and then even final chapter, it's only another 85 seconds here.
Yeah, and it doesn't even matter that, you know, it builds in duration as it's longer on cooldown or anything.
Yeah.
The important thing is just getting that one little instance, you know, stop a Midas from comboing, stop a Behemoth from comboing so your team can respond. Or in this case, I saw Deadlift's Q being stopped because of the ultimate, which allowed Magnus to get away.
Mm-hmm. So back to the Bloodborne wall. The idea... Post-haste? Oh, well, that was weird. He could actually kill the creep right as somebody was trying to post-haste on it. And they were trying to kill the Shadowblade. He jumps in on a puppet. Oh, no. What's going on? Photopause coming out here.
Yeah.
That timing, though, was pretty awkward. This was obviously a pretty good play here by Imapingu, ultimately. But Puppet Master, I think he's dead.
You can leap out of Q. Nice hero. Yeah, he actually used this W to jump out of the Puppeteer's hold.
No. Oh, it was the hold?
Yes.
Oh, it
Yes.
was.
Not the show.
Okay, yeah, the show wouldn't make sense, but the hold. Interesting. I didn't know that. Okay.
But I think he's gonna get stunned right now. I don't think he can finish off Puppet Master.
Magnus does have a stun. You're right. Yeah, he's probably
And
gonna hit him.
then, yeah, I think he's maybe even dead.
Huh.
Because all Puppet needs to do is turn around ulti.
Oh,
And then I think there's enough damage on the Shadow Blade.
what
But yeah,
about-
Bloodburn Maul.
Finally can get to this point. There's this totally trollish idea, but again, a little bit of logic here. Hear me out. Going up against a Predator, we mentioned he does more damage based on your maximum life that you currently have. How
Yeah.
about the idea that you lose life with Bloodborne Maul, so he's not doing as much damage to you when he does hit you in those times? That's stupid, I know.
Although the combination of Insanitarius and Bloodborne Maul is like, let's kill myself.
Yeah. Oh, the Voodoo Puppet coming out. God, he's so digging, though. He's going to port. I love the choice by Mbapingu. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Completely safe.
Nothing
No
they
problem.
could do. He's buying more items, buying more strength. What is he at? Plus 41 strength now. I remember
Once
when...
he gets level 16, though.
Oh, that's... Wow, you're right. He's only level 14. Down goes Midas, by the way. Catch him here in the middle lane. I remember when they capped it, by the way. I think it actually used to be capped at 40 charges. And
Yeah.
they removed that a long time ago, obviously. But
Yeah, because the hero just wasn't strong.
yeah, he was pretty bad. But yeah, thank God they did. Because it could be pretty crazy how high you can get up there with those numbers.
With everything.
Yeah, you mentioned he only has level 2 of it too. So once he gets level 3, that's 10%
Yeah.
more.
He really needs to be going for that soon. But you see with his E right now, he's dealing 50 plus 50 damage,
Yeah.
which is pretty ridiculous, seeing as he only has, like 51 intelligence. And
That was a
That-
protective melody used, unfortunately, just out of range.
those are like the worst things when you're
Yep.
playing Rhapsody and you're just out of range. We haven't really talked too much about either. Well, we've talked about Vindicator, but Rhapsody, I haven't really felt the biggest impact from him this game. But it's just so difficult. Like, I don't blame him for it. Vindicator just stops him every time.
Oh, they're going to go into Shadowblade as well in the background. There's that final chapter. Shadowblade can't transform. He couldn't get the Gargantuan's blast off. He was just stuck in that Soul Siphon form. And they just beat him down. Predator doing so much damage on him, and yeah, nothing he can do to move, so he's staying dead, in fact. He is not buying back here.
That's 2,900 health that he bursted down.
Yeah.
That Predator, that's insane.
Yep. No
Yeah,
Insanitarius, to
Predator.
be fair, but still. Again, that lockdown provided that. Look at Rhapsody. Nearly two-shot, really. She kind of goes out a little bit, so they're not going to be able to push the base with this, at least, but another tower kill, and the lead is pretty significant now for Sync. 16,000 gold, 23,000 experience. Conger is up, and it hasn't been attempted this game, so I wouldn't be surprised. See
So
Sync try
that four-way tie you were talking about?
Yes, not really looking
Yes. No.
good. Could still be a
I'm
three-way
not-
tie.
I'm still hoping for Mbapingu to carry this because I just want to see a Shadowblade carry
Yeah.
at the moment. Oh, there we go. You got the vestments.
Finally. Okay.
And yeah, I really feel it was kind of late for him to pick it up like this. Although in that fight it really didn't matter because Predator did all the damage.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's now you're at a point where Predator's so much, and Puppet for that matter. In fact, what was that about?
That's just, oh my god, he got a double tap with
Is
his
that
mind.
the mind trap? Okay. Yeah.
Oh man.
Behemoth and Deadlift both get caught. I wish I caught that. Shadowblade. Okay, jumped again up here. All the silences, though. Again, he needs that Gargantuan's Blast. He can't get it off, though. They just damage him down. There's a vote you can see. WOP dash. Just too much. Love seeing the Shadowblade, but, man, also love seeing the Predator, for that matter. Haxer doing a great job on him, and obviously plenty to do well there. So, Zapped in the jungle NG. It was a fun game all around.
Mm-hmm.
And Sync is victorious.
Ultimately, yes. But yeah, I like the Shadowblade pickup. It just felt like they were on their back foot almost the entire game.
Yeah.
And that's really what, stopped Shadowblade from maybe fulfilling his full potential. But really well played from the guys on Sync, of course. Volka showing his stuff a bit more this game, I think, on Suicide Magnus. having most assists.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, again, I've seen them do very well here, honestly, for saying it. Just last game, not the best performance, unfortunately. Now, again, it wasn't a winning effort still, but yeah, this game definitely making up for that a little bit. As well as really making sure to assist with that team's victory there. So